Shalom, welcome to Hebrew with Mayim. This week's Torah portion is Acharei MOT, which means after the death, and it is found in Leviticus chapter 16, verse 1 through 18:30. There's actually a double portion this week, but it's Acharei MOT and Kedushim, but we're just going to do the first few verses of the first Torah portion. Okay, and it says, "And the Lord spoke to Moses after the death of Aaron's two sons, when they drew near before the Lord, and they died. And the Lord said to Moses, Speak to your brother Aaron, that he should not come at all times into the holy within the dividing curtain, in front of the cover that is upon the ark, so that he should not die, for I appear over the ark cover in a cloud." Okay, so the first word right here starts with a vav, which makes a V sound, and then the patak says a, so this is va, and this is a yud, and this shava, this is a shava vowel, but here it's going to be silent. The shava is often silent in the middle of a word, especially when it follows the patach vowel. This is the patach vowel. So this yud will be part of the va, so this is vai, okay? So vai, and then this is a dalid, which makes a d sound, and then another patach, which says a, so da, vai, da, and this is a bet, which makes a b sound, and a tzere, which says e, and then the resh. Together, this is the r sound, so this is ber, vai da ber, okay, vai da ber, and this word means "and he spoke." Okay, and he spoke. The root of the word is the dalid, bet, and resh. The part that says daber, and that means to speak or spoke. The yud right here, this yud makes it third person. He spoke. Okay, with the yud. So actually, yidaber means he will speak, and this vav not only means and, A-N-D, and, it also reverses, it flips the tense. So yidaber means he will speak, and with the vav, vaidaber means and he spoke. Okay, this is a common thing in Biblical Hebrew. So vaidaber means and he spoke. And then this, so of course, something that we notice right away, since we're native English speakers, is that we have the verb first, very often in Hebrew, especially Biblical Hebrew. But the subject is usually found after the verb, where in English the subject is usually first, right? So the subject of this sentence is this word right here. This is the sacred name Yod He Vav He, and whenever we see it, we say Hashem or Adonai if we're reading from a kosher Torah scroll. Okay, so this is Yod He Vav He, the sacred name for the Creator. So Vaidaber Adonai. Okay, so which means the Lord spoke. The Lord spoke. Okay. And then we have an aleph with a segol, which says eh. And then this is a lamed, which makes an L sound, la. So this is el. And el here means two. Okay, two, el. So vaidaber, and he spoke, Adonai, which is the Creator, right? Adonai spoke, el, two, and this is a mem with a cholem. This, because the mem doesn't have any other vowel, this dot right here will be the vowel for the mem. It'll be at the cholem, which says o, not really o, but o. So mo, and then it's also the marker that this is the letter shin instead of the letter sin. If it was letter sin, the dot would be over here. Mo, and then this is a shin, and these three dots. This is a segol, so it says and the hey is silent here. So this is Moshe, and this is of course the Hebrew name for Moses, Moshe. And these other marks right here are the trope marks, which we'll learn about later, okay? So Adonai spoke to Moshe, the Lord spoke to Moshe, And this is an aleph with a patach, so we say ah. This vertical line right here is a secondary accent mark, so ah. And then we have a chet right here with a chatef patach. I say chatef patach because there's a shava and a patach. It has two vowels. This shava right here makes this patach reduced. So we say a reduced, you can say a reduced patach. So it's a reduced sound. Well, which is the opposite of this. This vertical line makes this patach with a little bit more emphasis. And this one reduces it. So it's aha, aha. This one you would say it for a little bit longer. This syllable right here, aha. And there's this has a stronger accent than this syllable right here. So aha. And this is a reish, which makes the R sound. And this is a tzere, which says and then with the yud, acharei. 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 So this is the accent mark, but this is a secondary accent mark, okay? So acharei, which is after, it means after, okay? And then we have the mem again, and this is a vav with a cholem vav. So it also says, just like this dot right here, it also says o. And this is a tav, so this is mot. And this means death, mot. So after the death, and then we have an implied of, and then we have a shin right here. And this shava, usually in the beginning of the word, the shava will be sounded. So we're going to say she. And this is a nun with tzere again, and then the yud will say so ne, shene, which means two of, okay, shene. So after the death of, acharei mot, shene, two of, and then we have a bet right here with a shava, so this is be, and then a nun with its tzere and the yud, which is ne, bene. And this means sons. Ben is one son. Banim is sons, plural. Bene is sons of, okay? Two of the sons of Shene Bene, and then we have the name here of whose sons they belong to. This is an aleph with a patach again, with a kind of a stressed patach, a little bit more emphasis, and then a reduced patach here. Less. So this will be a stronger syllable than this. So this is ah, just like right here, ah, and this is a hey, and then a patach. This reduces it, so it's not so strong. So it's ha, ah, ha, and this is a reish with a cholem, which is ro, and then a nun. This is a nun sofit. So together it'll say ron, aharon. Okay, aharon. And of course, this is the Hebrew way to say Aaron, Aharon. So two of the sons of Aaron, Shnei B'nei Aharon. Okay, next word. This is kind of a long one. We have the bet, because bet has a belly button. And vet right here, same letter, but vet does not have a belly button. Of course, in a real Torah scroll, they would look the same. They would both look like vets, and there would be no vowels. Okay, so we have be, which this is actually a prefix. Be with a shava, b, and this is a quick e, be, and this prefix, the bet prefix, it means at, in, or even when. Okay, at, in, or when. Might mean some other things also, depending on the context. And then we have a kuf with a kamatz, so we say ka, beka, and this is a resh, bekar, and this shava will be sounded because it follows a kamatz. Whenever the shava follows a kamatz, you will sound it. So this is bekare, bekare, and this is a vet with a kamatz, so we say va, and the tav with a kamatz, so we say ta, and then a mem sofit to close that syllable out, tam. Bekarevatam. Bekarevatam. So this is this whole word is translated as when they approached. More literally, we might say in their drawing near. Okay, so the kuf, resh, and vav, kuf, resh, and vet. This part right here, these three letters mean draw near. Okay, to draw near, and then the tam part means refers to them. Okay, so they or them. Okay, so in their drawing near, but we would translate it more fluidly if we said when they approached, okay, which is the same thing as drawing near also. Okay, and then we have a lamed, which makes the L sound, with a hirik, which is E, so this is li, and this is a fe. The shava is going to be silent again, and this is leaf, okay, leaf. Pe has a pimple, fe does not, so it's just a F sound, leaf. And we have a nun and a tzere with a yud, which is ne. Lifne. So the tzere with the yud will say lifne. And this means, literally it means to the face of, but this is the word that means, this is how you say before, okay? Or in front of, okay, in front of. But because Hebrew is a very symbolic language, very oftentimes verbs, you can picture them. You can picture Hebrew words. Okay, so so literally this is to the face of, but it by definition, this is how we say before or in front of. Okay, so when they approach or when they drew near or in their drawing near, before. Okay, before. And again, this is Yod He Vav He Adonai. We'll see, we say Adonai or Hashem. Hashem means the name. Of course, when Jews say Hashem, we're referring to the sacred name of God, Hashem, or we say Adonai, which means Lord. So before Lifnei Adonai, and then we have a Vav again with a patach that says Va, and a Yud and a Kamatz which says Ya, and then a Mem with a kibbutz which says U. So this is Mu, Vayamu, and this is a Tav with a Shuruk. So this is U also, two. Okay, Vayamu two. So again, this Vav means and, okay, or but it also reverses the tense, okay, and this mem tav is related to this word right here, okay. This is the root mem vav tav. It means, remember, this means death. So this word means they died, okay, they died. The u part right here makes it plural. It's talking about them, they, it's not just talking about one person. And this yud right here makes it third person, just like this right here. So it's not we, for example, or it's not you all, it's they, it's third person, okay, and they died by mutu. Okay, and again, without the vav, this word would mean they will die. With the vav, it means they died. Okay, so vayamutu, and this is the accent mark right here. This vertical line again. So vaydaber, and he spoke Adonai, Hashem, or the Lord, El, to Moshe, Moses, Acharei, after, Mot, the death of, Shnei, two of, Bnei, the sons of, Aharon, Aaron. Bekarevatam, when they drew near. Lifnei, before. Adonai, or Hashem, the Lord. Vayamutu, and they died. Okay. All right. Next verse. We have a vav here with a patak, so it says va, and this is a yud right here. And then we have a cholem above the aleph, so this is going to say o, so this is va yo, vayo, vayo. And this is a mem with a sigil, which is me. The sigil says e, so me. And this is a reish, so it says r, mer, vayomer. And the accent is, this is the accent mark, so it's on yo. Vayomer, vayomer, which means and said, or and he said, vayomer. Similar to vaidaber right here, but this is spoke, and this is more like said, okay? So it's when you see vayomer, you're going to probably get a specific message, and vaidaber is more generic. It's not necessarily going to tell you what he said yet, but when it says, when it uses this verb, it means like he's going to say, it's going to say now what the exact words were that were spoken. Okay, Vayomer, and said, and this is sacred name again, Adonai. So Adonai said, El Moshe, again, to Moses, same as last verse. And then this, right here, this word is related to Vaidaber. So this is Vaidaber, and this is the same word, but it doesn't have the vai part, okay? It's daber. So vaidaber, from the last verse I had said, it means and he spoke. This is the command form of this verb. So this means speak, okay? So vaidaber is and he spoke. Daber is just speak, okay? So speak. So this is the beginning of what Hashem wants to say to Moses, okay? Speak, daber. And then we have an aleph and an alamed. This sigil says eh, so this is el, again, just like this, el, to, speak to. And then, again, we had this name before, Aharon, Aaron, Aharon. And then we have this is the aleph with a kamat, so this is a, and this is a chet with a chirik, and then you together, okay, we'll say chi, achi, and then the accent mark is gonna be on this syllable because of this, the presence of this so this sigil right here, this trope mark. Excuse me. So chi, and this is a chaf sofit. It's like this. This is a chaf right here, and this is a chaf sofit. So when this letter's at the end of a word, it looks like this. Kind of looks like a dalid or a resh, right? Where's a dalid? Dalid kind of looks like this, but it's longer. So it's a chaf sofit, and then it has a kamatz under it, so it's a cha. So achicha, achicha. Ach means brother, and achicha means your brother, okay? Achicha. Okay, so speak to Daber el Aharon, Aaron, achicha, your brother, okay? And then we have a vav right here with a shavas. This is v, and this is an aleph with a patak which says a, and this lamed will close that out, so it's ve'al, ve'al. Okay, ve'al, and ve'al, and then we have a yud right here. And this is a kamat, so this says ya. And this is a vet, and this is so this is V, and then there's an aleph with a cholem above it, so it says O, so vo, yavo, okay? Yavo means he goes, or he go, or he come, or he comes, okay? And al yavo means he will not come, or he shall not go, okay? And then the ve just means and. So he will not come, or he will not go, okay? Ve'al yavo, and then this is a vet, and with the shava it says ve, and this is a chaf with a kamatz. Now kamatz usually says in modern Biblical Hebrew or modern Hebrew, but anciently the kamatz said okay, and with certain words this sound for the kamatz is preserved, such as this word right here. So with the lamed, we're going to say chol, even though it looks like chal, okay? We're going to say chol, and this means all, each, or every, or any, depending on the context. All, each, every, or any. So we say chol, vechol, and the bet or vet, again, it's just as I said before, it can mean at, in, or with, or when. Here it's translated as at, okay? At, and we're going to say chol is any, at any, okay? So he shall not come at any. Ve'al yavo vechol, and this is an aleph with tzeret, so it says and then the tav says t. This is et. This means time. Vechol et. So Aaron should not come just at any time, at any old time he pleases. Okay? And this is el, again, two, means two, el. And this is a hey with a patach, so it says ha. This prefix here means the, or the, commonly, ha. And we have a kuf with a cholem, so this is ko. And then a daled with a segol and a shin together says desh. HaKodesh. Kodesh is holy. HaKodesh means the holy. And this is how we call the holiest, the holy. It means like the one, the thing that is most holy, okay? So the holy, HaKodesh, it's talking about the holiest place, or the most holy place. Or sometimes it's translated as the Holy of Holies. Okay? So literally, though, it's just the holy. So he should not just come anytime he wants to El HaKodesh, to the holy place. Okay? And then this is a mem with a chirik. So this is me. And this is a bet with a tzere. And the yud together says be. And this is a tav, so it's bet. Mi bet. This is literally from the house. The house, the temple, or the tabernacle is called it's called the Beit HaMikdash, the holy temple, or the holy tabernacle, the holy place, right? The whole area is Beit HaMikdash. And so it's talking about that house, not just any house, okay? Mi beit, and then, so no matter where he is in the temple, he should not come to the most holy place whenever he wants. So then we have a lamed with a patach, and this is la, okay? This la means to the. And then this means, this is a pei with a kamatz, this is pa, la pa, and this is a resh. With a cholam, this is ro, and this is a chaf, with a sagol, so this is che, and then with the tav, it says chet. La parochet. La parochet means to the veil, okay? From the house to the veil, don't go past that veil, basically. Okay? Which veil? Well, it's going to tell you right here. El, to, and then we have, I think we didn't have it yet, I don't think. Okay, so this is a pe. And the Shiva says pe, and then nun with tzere, and the Yotigo says ne, pane, to the face of, literally, or to the front of. This is front of, to, el, front of, pane, to the front of. So to the veil at the front of, you might want to say, or to the veil to the front of. And this is hey with a patach. It says ha. Again, this means the, just like this ha kodesh. Ha, and this is kuf with a patach. Sorry, kaf with a patach. So it says ka, ha ka, and this is a pei with a cholem. Cholem, so this is po, and then a resh with a sagol, and a tav says ret. Hakaporet, hakaporet. And this means literally the covering, okay, the covering, hakaporet, to the front of the covering. And this is, but it's very often translated as the mercy seat, okay? But literally it's more like the covering, okay? And this is also kind of related to the word Kippur, as in Yom Kippur, okay? And then we have an aleph with a chatef patach that says and then a shin with a segol, and the resh together says sher, asher. And that means that, which, or who. Here we'll translate it as that. So the cover, that, and this is an ayin with a patach, so this is with a lamed, it says al. So this means on. So that is on. The cover that is on, and then this is hey with a kamat, so we say ha, and this is just an aleph with a kamat, so it says and then a reish with a cholam, and the nun sofit says ron, ha, ron, ha, aron. Okay, and this is the ark. Okay, the Aron HaKodesh is the holy ark, which of course housed the Ten Commandments and the manna and Aaron's rod that budded. Okay, so don't go to the holy place where these things are, just anytime you like. Okay, that's what this verse is saying. And we have a vav with a shiva, so vi, and then a lamed with a cholam, which says o. So this is lo, velo, and that which means no or not. Okay. So this is and not, and so we have a yud and a kamatz right here. Let me see if we've had this word already. Yes, we've had this word here. Remember, this is vayamutu. So this is the same word. It's just without the vav and the u. So this is just yamut. So this is vayamutu, and this is yamut. And remember, I said that this u right here made it plural. Okay. So without the u, it's this just singular. Okay. And then this vav up here made it reverse the tense, made it past tense or perfect tense. And because it doesn't have it here, this is actually imperfect or future tense. So this means he will not die. This one meant that they died, right? And this means that he will not die. Okay, so and he will not die. So as long as he doesn't go into the most holy place, whenever he wants, and he won't die from that. Velo yamut. And then it says here, kuf with a chirik, and the yud together says ki, which means for or because or that. Here we can translate it as for, ki, a very common word. And then we have a bet with a sigol, so be, which means in. Okay, again, just like here, this prefix. Even sometimes it's pronounced as a bet, sometimes it's pronounced as a vet. But oftentimes, when the bet or vet is in front of a word, it means in, at, or with, or when. Okay, so be. So with the sagot be, and then the ein has a kamatz under, so it says a, and then this is a nun with a kamatz, and this is a nun sofit. This is the final form of this letter right here. They're both nun, so nan. Be anan. Be anan. So anan is cloud. So be anan, in a cloud, or in the cloud. Ki be anan, so for in a cloud. And then we have an aleph with tzeres, which is and then reish with the kamatz, which says ra, ra. And then we have an aleph again with the segol and the hey silent, so ra, ra, and this is the main accent mark, and this syllable has a secondary accent mark. Ra, ra. This aleph right here acts as a tells us that it's first person and it's future tense, okay, or imperfect tense. And this verb has to do with seeing or being seen. So era means I will be seen, or I will appear. Okay. For in a cloud I will appear, era. And then we have the al again, which we had already somewhere right here. Al, which means on. And then we had this word already. Instead of a lag, oh no. Right here we go. It's right here. Ha kaporet, which is the same as right here. Ha kaporet. Okay, which means the cover, but this is specifically talking about the cover that was over the ark, or the Aron HaKodesh, the holy ark that housed those holy items. So it's often translated as the mercy seat, because that's where the Shekhinah showed itself, okay, is on this cover, on this ark cover, hakaporet, okay? I'm going to go into the trope now. Trope is the melody for the verses. Again, we're in Acharei MOT, of course, and these are the cantillation marks. And I have a video that teaches anything that you don't recognize as a vowel, like this. These are all trope or cantillation marks. And I have a video on my website, if you go to HebrewMime.com, where it says Learn Trope. Mm-hmm. It'll basically review what each of these trope marks, how they sound like, and what their names are, how to pronounce their names, and stuff like that. So I'll just do the first verse. So I'm going to go ahead and say the trope, what the trope sound is. And then I'm going to do it with the Hebrew, okay? So this is Mapa. So this is Vaidaber. So again, remember this means, and he spoke, right? And this cantillation mark tells us that the accent is on the last syllable. It's on ber. Vaidaber. Because of where it appears, okay? And sometimes the trope marks can be on top, they can be on the bottom, they can be on top, they can also sometimes be on the side. So this is Adonai, of course, and this trope mark is Pashta, so this is Adonai, so Vaidaber Adonai, excuse me, and this is Katon, this trope mark is Katon, so both of these words will share that trope mark. So this is El Moshe. This, of course, means to Moses. And this particular trope mark is a separator. So the trope marks also give you the grammar or punctuation for the verse. So you might want to put a comma here because of this. Okay. So the Lord spoke to Moses. Okay. You might put a comma right there because it's a separator. Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe, and this is Munach. So this is Acharei. So again, this tells you that the accent is on the last syllable. Acharei. And this is, sorry, Katon. So this is Mot. This is Acharei Mot. This is after the death of. Okay. And this is Tibcha Munach et Nachta. So this et Nachta is another separator. Okay, so you could put another comma right here. So then remember, this is two of the sons of Aaron, comma, right? That fits right there. So again, this is the accent mark. Shnei b'nei Aharon. So two of the sons of Aaron, and this is Mercha Tipcha. This is Bekarevatam lifnei Adonai. So this is when they drew near before the Lord. And this is the trope marks. It's called Sof Pasuk. It means end of verse, and you can usually put a period. But sometimes you could also put a colon there. But this is how it looks like. These two dots, it's like a period, usually. Sometimes a comma, it really depends on the context. But it is a hard separator, and it indicates the end of a verse. So this is Sof Pasuk. So this is Vayamutu. Okay. So, again, this is Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe Acharei Mot Shnei b'nei Aharon Bekarevatam lifnei Adonai Vayamutu. Okay. And so thanks for learning Hebrew with me. And if you're interested in personal private classes for children and adults, you can contact me about that. And if you haven't joined my Facebook group and you're on it on Facebook, please join. And also have a YouTube channel. And have a Shabbat Shalom.